Welcome to our podcast, Unmetered. As a member-owned not-for-profit electric cooperative, we're focused on providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member service. One way that we've found that we can do that is by providing more avenues of communication to you, our member. Through this podcast, we hope that you'll be able to find some helpful hints, tips, and things to help you conserve energy, as well as some informational pieces that will help you understand what it is to be a member. Welcome to another episode of Unmetered. We hope you enjoyed your holiday weekend. This week, you'll get to meet our other communications coordinator, Adam Elrod, who had the chance to sit down with our community relations coordinator, Jay Sanders, to talk a little bit about his job and also the Washington Youth Tour. Let's take a listen to what they had to talk about.
My name's Adam Elrod. I'm one of the communications coordinators here at Middle Tennessee Electric. Josh and I are going to be changing out a little bit, and as we do this podcast, so that way you guys, the viewers, get a little bit of a difference in interviewers, and you'll also be seeing a little bit different types of topics from myself and Josh as well. So just kind of shaking things up a little bit, so that way everyone kind of gets a little bit of a break. And today, actually, we're going to be just doing an audio podcast. For those of you who are watching this, you're probably on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. And if you are on our audio podcast, make sure you've subscribed to our audio podcast as well through iTunes, Google Play, Scratcher, and some other places. So today I've got Jay Sanders here, who is our community relations coordinator. Have I got that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we've got Jay here. Now, Jay, what is a community relations coordinator?
Well, it's a person who represents Middle Tennessee Electric as far as we are concerned. And our fundamental goal for our community relations coordinator is to educate the public about Middle Tennessee Electric. And that's what I do. Do that in a variety of ways. Do that through our educational programs in our schools, some throughout our community with meeting with organizations, educating them about Middle Tennessee Electric, and then other organizations through sharing change. And so that's what I do for Middle Tennessee Electric.
Okay, so you're, it seems like a big piece of what you do is educational.
That's correct.
Now, why is it important that Middle Tennessee Electric is educating our members?
Well, it's one of the 7 cooperative principles of being a co-op. Mm-hmm. We like to especially educate our youth on what a co-op is and what a co-op's about.
Sure.
And how co-op benefits the community that it serves.
Okay. Now what kind of stuff are you using to educate the kids with? I mean, is this something where you're going to the schools, or are you, where are you educating these kids at, and what kind of stuff do you cover?
Well, we do that in a variety of ways, educating the students throughout our service territory. We can go to the schools, and we've got different topics that we cover, different programs in the schools. Some of the demonstrations that we do are static and current electricity throughout the schools.
Okay.
That's more of a elementary to middle school educational program, and we also do safety and electric.
Okay. Well, now tell me, how do you do that? Is it just like a video? Is it something that's boring? And that's something where, as we were growing up, it was always just videos. That's all there ever was. But if I'm not mistaken, you've actually got a little, some actual things that the kids can actually see that's a little more interesting than just a video or a handout.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got an electrostatic generator that we use for the static and electric program that we have. And so we'll go through all the scenarios that they have that meet the standards for that grade level. But we'll go through series and parallel circuits, insulators and conductors, and then we will actually do some physical demonstrations with the electrostatic generator. And so the students, they absolutely love that. And like I said, it also meets the standards, and so the teachers are appreciative of that also.
So obviously it seems like there's a lot of thought behind this. It's not just something that we've been doing for a little while. I mean, how long has Middle Tennessee Electric been doing this?
Well, we've been educating in our schools for quite some time. Kathy Mitchell, she was our previous community relations coordinator at Middle Tennessee Electric. She held this position for 13 years. Now, it was done sporadically before her, but 13 years ago is whenever it really started to take a stronghold throughout the communities that we serve.
Awesome. So let me ask you this: if someone wanted to get you to come out to their school or to their kids' school or something like that, how would someone go about requesting us to come out and talk to them?
There's two ways that they can contact us.
Okay.
One way would be to email me at jay.sanders@mtemc.com.
Okay, and we'll put that on the screen for those of you who are watching on the YouTube. If you're looking for that information from the podcast, you can also find that at Unmetered, our blog.
And the other way would be to contact me by telephone. My phone number is 615-494-1065.
Perfect. So so what they can do is they can contact you, or a teacher can contact you. Is that really the way? Is that really who you work through more, is the teachers and that type of thing?
Absolutely. The teachers and guidance counselors there at the schools, they're the ones who consistently contact me regarding the programs that we offer.
Fantastic. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to hear more about the Washington Youth Tour. What is that? I've heard some really great things about it. We talked about it at our annual meeting, and so I just want to get a little more information from you of what that is and kind of how people can get into that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Right after the break, we'll finish up with Jay Sanders.
Unmetered is brought to you by Middle Tennessee Electric. It's all about community. This kind of community. Or this kind of community. Or even this kind of community. At Middle Tennessee Electric, we are focused on providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member service. Over the last 13 years, member donations have funded more than $8 million in grants to over 550 local charitable organizations. We've changed the lives of individuals and changed communities that we serve.
We're back with Jay Sanders, the Community Relations Coordinator here at Middle Tennessee Electric. And Jay, I've got a few questions for you. We talked about Washington Youth Tour before the break, and for those that don't know what that is, can you kind of describe to us what the Washington Youth Tour is and kind of why it got started?
Yeah, absolutely. The Washington Youth Tour is something that Middle Tennessee Electric offers to juniors in high school throughout our service territory. Okay. And so that was started by Lyndon B. Johnson. And here at Middle Tennessee Electric, we've been participating on this tour since 1965. It's been something fantastic that we offer the youth throughout our service territory. We get to do a variety of things on that tour. We will visit the Smithsonian museums. We will also visit the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers. The students will participate in a wreath-laying ceremony there during that. And so that's something fantastic that they may not have an opportunity to ever get to do again. Also, some of the other things that we'll do is visit our representatives and senators and get to visit with them and talk with them. And so it's an educational tour just about the history of the United States, really. And so even if they've been to Washington before, they really get to see a different aspect of it.
Sure. So it sounds like the Washington Youth Tour is a whole lot of fun. Now, kind of when does this go down? Is this like during the middle of the school year? Are kids missing school because of this, or when does this happen?
Well, this year, every year, actually, we try to do it in June, and so this year it's June 9th through the 15th.
Okay, awesome. So it sounds like it'd be a fantastic way to kind of start off the summer for the kids to kind of to not just write an essay and that's it. I mean, there's more to it.
Absolutely, yeah. There's it's an exciting experience. It is a contest, and so with that being said, roughly 1,500 students participated in that contest last year. But it is a relatively simple contest.
Sure.
All we ask is that the students write an 800 to 900 word short story.
Okay.
And so that short story, this year's theme will be Going Beyond the Wires.
Awesome. Now, does this have to be a fictional story? Is it a nonfiction? Can it be both?
It can be either or.
Awesome.
It is up to the student on how they want to write that short story. But 800 to 900 words is really the criteria,
Sure.
and Going Beyond the Wires is a theme. And
Okay.
then so anything that they have beyond that is really up to them. We tell students about a variety of aspects of the co-op, of what all we do and what we have done in the past. This year, Going Beyond the Wires, a good example could be that our men went down to Florida to help out with the hurricane.
Right.
So I've encouraged students that, hey, just think about that, and that's going beyond the wires to help a neighbor co-op out down in Florida.
So it sounds like this essay is a phenomenal tool that teachers can use in their classrooms for an assignment, to kind of get to stretch their kids' thinking a little bit. But the other question is what if, say your school does not participate in this essay as a class project? Can students participate, by sending it straight to you or to the Middle Tennessee Electric? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. We encourage any junior in high school to participate that's in our service territory. And so if the school itself is not participating or the teacher, then they are encouraged to participate. There's no cost associated to participate, and obviously they have an opportunity to win if they participate. We'll take 15 students to Washington, D.C. from our service territory.
Okay.
But if they are homeschooled, then absolutely they can participate. What we'll do is we will take those homeschooled students and we will take their paper, and it will actually go into the local high school that they're next to there.
Okay.
And so it will be combined with the papers there at the nearest participating high school.
So it sounds like this is a fantastic thing to win. Obviously you write an essay, you submit it, and then what happens? Is there a cost involved for going to Washington?
Absolutely not. It's all inclusive. Students are not expected to pay for anything. We actually, each student from each school that wins, there's a female and a male that will win each school. Now, that's not saying that they will actually win a trip to Washington, D.C. Obviously, we have more than 15 high schools throughout our service territory.
Sure.
But those students, each of those, will win $100. And so that money is used for miscellaneous items that might be needed for the trip. But the trip itself is all inclusive.
I tell you what, Jay, I think that that kind of covers a lot of the Washington U Tour. We're definitely going to have you back, especially when we start talking more about sharing change. A lot of our listeners and viewers, they see our sharing change information, and I know that's something that you kind of really spearhead the lead on that. And so we'll definitely have you back for that. We're also going to have you come out and show us the electrostatic generator. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Because I've also heard that you've got a little diorama. Is that how do you say that? Is that this little table that has all these different parts and pieces on there?
Yeah, it's basically for many of our viewers, they've actually seen our demonstration trailer that we have, and so it's a miniature version of our demonstration trailer that we'll take to fairs or other local events.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll definitely have you back again, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for coming in, talking about the Washington U Tour, talking about kind of what you do, and like I said, we look forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Adam.
No problem.
One of the issues that we deal with caring for children with special needs is that they are many times locked out of having typical opportunities that kids who don't have special needs have access to. The foundation has been giving us grants to help them be able to go on field trips and participate in typical activities like going to the swimming pool at MTSU, getting tennis lessons with the tennis players at MTSU, going to the bowling alley, going to Bounce You, and various trips of that nature.
Thanks for tuning in this week. If you'd like to know more information about the Washington U Tour, you can check out mtemc.com for more information. Next week, Josh is going to be here with Tom Suggs, and he's going to be interviewing him, and you don't want to miss out on that. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next week.